For this week's segment of ADvice, Ryan Townend joins me. He's the CEO of William Joseph Communications, and we are talking everything to do with apps. So good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming on. Take it away. When do you know when an app is perfect?
Well, I think what is there? There's millions of apps out there. There's an app for everything, it seems like today.
It does.
So companies come to William Joseph and they always ask us, like, should our business have an app? And what we do is we actually take them through a series of questions and analysis to determine whether or not an app would be good for their company.
Now, is it not it should essentially improve the bottom line, right? It's meant for those profits.
It's meant for profit. So the first thing we look at is, by having an app, would it actually help your sales of your company's products or services? So would it give it a different conduit for customers to engage and make it easy for them to purchase?
Okay, what would be the difference? Why should you choose an app over simply having maybe a mobile-friendly website?
Exactly. Well, the thing is customers are, first of all, they're going to check out your website before they ever even go to buying your app. So what you really want to do is make sure that your website is up in order, that it's mobile-friendly, so they can engage with you on that platform. If they've had a good experience, then they'll consider purchasing your app or moving over to that application.
Now, should it be different, your app? Should they engage in a different way, or should it essentially do what your website does?
Oh, that's a great question. You know what? Apps can do a lot more than what your website does. Like, let's just think about mobile banking, right?
Yeah.
Where are we today now where you can actually take pictures of your checks and it's automatically deposited right into your account? So what apps have done is they've allowed you to easily engage with the company and kind of remove barriers or solve problems that maybe a website couldn't do for you.
Okay, you kind of mentioned in there kind of those barriers. Does it matter who your customers and your target audiences are?
Absolutely. You know, everyone's becoming digital savvy. You know what? I think they used to say, oh, digital is just for those young folks. Honestly, everyone from my mom and up is as digital savvy as I am. So I think the thing is you have to understand, really, is your customer going to adapt to the technology that you're putting forward for them to use and embrace that?
Does your brand matter and the style of brand that you have matter? Absolutely.
So the stronger your brand, the more likely somebody would be to download your app and, you know, utilize it. So you always want to say, oh my God, ADvice has been going on for years here. I keep preaching about the importance of branding.
Yeah.
Your brand is really what makes you stand out from the crowd, and definitely by having a strong brand, it will increase traffic to your app.
No, I can only imagine creating an app is a lot of work. So what is the budget that goes into it? And should you obviously need to take this into consideration?
You do. So it's kind of like how long is a piece of string, right? You do have to sit back and understand return on investment. So if you say, by having an app, this is how we think it's going to increase our bottom line, then what is that going to cost? The more bells and whistles you add to your app, the more it's going to cost. So there is an analysis that you have to perform to figure out what do we need to invest to make this happen, and then go from there.
Okay, that's a lot of information. Let's look at some of our key strategic takeaways from this. So to know if they should reach out to William Joseph Communications.
Absolutely. The whole thing is you have to have a purpose for your app. You have to know why you're going to use it and how it's going to be used. You have to figure out how it fits into your overall marketing strategy. You have to make sure it solves your customers' pain points and their problems. You have to make sure that your brand is strong so they actually will utilize it, and try to make sure that you can invest the proper dollars behind it to make it robust enough to work. And if that wasn't simple enough, give us a shout out, William Joseph, and we can help you figure that out.
Love it, clear as mud. Give Ryan a call at William Joseph Communications. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.